There's actually one question that Floris had a little bit, which is somewhat related to this, Jake, which is talking about commentating over unusual incidents and the Luca Corberi incident in karting with the...
I wondered if this might come up. I wondered if this would come up.
Well, do you want to talk about, one, what happened for anybody who's unfamiliar, and anybody who is unfamiliar, you need to look on YouTube for this. And two,
pretty much any YouTube channel that's got anything to do with racing in any way, shape or form. I think it's done the rounds everywhere. So when it ended up in the New York Times social media channel, that's when I realized that we had a bit of a viral moment. But yes, and Gabriel Bortoleto will know about this, of course, as well, because obviously being involved in karting at the time. Luca Corberi, an FIA World Cup winner in karting, ended up in a bit of an incident during the World Championships at Lonato in 2020 with Paolo Ippolito, who, of course, was Gabriel's teammate at CRG at one point. They got into a bit of a war of words before the final, and then there was a bit of a collision between them during the final. Luca got incensed and enraged, lost his head for a moment, and picked up the front fairing of his car, ripped it off the chassis of the car, waited for Paolo Ippolito to come around again, and tried to throw it at him, which is just about the worst possible thing a racing driver can do. You know, unfortunately, it doesn't show the sport in a great light. It doesn't show an athlete in a great light either. And obviously, there were videos that came to light afterwards of the two of them then brawling rather sadly in the holding area afterwards. What people won't necessarily know is that during the final itself, in between those two incidents, after Corberi was walked away and before the brawl, there was a point, if you can actually watch the final back, there's a point in the commentary where I start to lose my words. I start to stumble over everything. And it's because there was a monumental fight going on behind my commentary box as well, which turned out to be between the two fathers. A bit of a day for all sorts of, chaos and craziness. It's a shame because unfortunately that's now the incident that a lot of people think about when it comes to karting. So the responsibility from our side is to kind of look over the sport, figure out what went wrong, how we fix it, how we put it back together again, and how we show the sport in a greater light. To actually commentate on it, it was very difficult because I could see Luca holding the front fairing and I could see what he was planning to do. And the thing in the back of your head just says, don't do it. Don't. This is not going to help you, the sport, your team, the nation of Italy, the Lonato. Don't do it. And you're desperately trying to find the right words to say without getting angry. I'm a passionate person and I love the sport of karting, and I could see what that was going to do to its reputation. So you have to try and keep a handle on your words. I think I just about managed okay, but it was pretty emotional, and I think pretty much everybody just wanted to leave the situation and go home.
Did you ever talk to Corberi or Ippolito after, or maybe in the years after?
I certainly managed to speak to Paolo about it the following year at Adria, and I asked him about it because obviously as a journalist as well as a commentator, you kind of want to find out what's happening there. And Paolo basically very simply said to me, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's very, very simple. He's just decided, as far as he's concerned, he's moved on. And since then, Paolo Ippolito has had actually phenomenal success. Last year he won the final at the European Championship, second round of KZ at Adria. So he's actually used the whole incident to rebuild himself, to detach himself from the entirety of the incident. And he has completely rebooted. He's become a much stronger driver. And I'm sure Gabriel, who knows him very well, will know, he's a very passionate guy. He's an absolute workaholic. He wants to find what's good about a chassis, what's bad about a chassis. He is a great team player as well. He rallies his team around him. And it's really nice, actually, that something so difficult to be involved with has actually motivated him. He's become a genuine contender. I think he could actually win the World Championship this year when we go to Le Mans. I think he's got a genuine chance to do it.